Live. All right, so check your encoder setting, keyframe interval 8.2, keyframe interval. Man, it's not good. Hey, what's up, guys? Banele here. Welcome to the first episode of Breakfast with Lyric Banele. I plan on serving you amakwenya, snowfishy archer. You know that typical Gussie breakfast that we normally have. Right, so it looks like there's a little bit of a glitch somewhere, but I can fix that. Let's see before we begin. So I'll be doing this daily, guys, daily. I mean, for the longest time, I've been thinking I want to stream, and I'm a late bloomer, so I just came across TikTok right now. Not for the videos. I mean, I think the videos are funny. I just don't invest a lot of time watching that, but I do spend a lot of time on the live streams, and I get to talk to people. Well, personally myself, I'm not yet streaming, but I get to engage with other streamers, TikTokers out there that are streaming live on TikTok, and I found it to be a very interesting platform because you can have a one-on-one conversation with people, and this is exactly what I'm planning to have when it comes to live streaming. But then I thought to myself, okay, with TikTok, I would have to reach, some say 820 followers, but online it says 1,000. So I'm somewhere around the 300 mark. But anyway, so up until then, I thought to myself, I want to stream on TikTok because it looks hip, it looks hype. So I'm building up my audience. But then I thought to myself, wait, there are other platforms that you can stream to. You've got YouTube, you've got Facebook. I haven't really tried Instagram yet, but I will. I'll probably integrate it. But anyway, I do have these platforms that I can stream on. And as a result, I thought, you know what, I think by the time I reach 1,000 subscribers on TikTok, I should already be streaming. So this is the first episode of Breakfast with Lyric Banele. If you're wondering where my name comes from, Lyric, I rap. This is a name that I got back in the days when I was still in high school. So I can flip a couple of bars there and there. Banele is my name. And welcome, guys. Welcome. This is Blinko Network. We are a streaming platform. We've got shows galore. There's the Kind of Cool show, which is doing great. My man Timan is doing comedy. And, we shoot skits, we shoot shows, he does interviews. Personally, myself, most of the time I work behind the scenes. And, I thought, look, there's just so much that needs to be done. So we've got a whiteboard here with a lot of shows that are planned for the upcoming future. So I'm really, really excited. So what I'm going to do right now is, whilst I try and fix the stream issue, something about that I need to select the keyframe interval to the number 2. I'm going to play you a song that I recorded. Well, not me, but I made the beat a couple of years ago for some guys. They recorded a song called Sifabano. So I've been wanting to get in touch with the guys, but I just cannot find them because of the one guy. His name is Mr. Carter. Right, Mr. Carter. So obviously, if you're thinking Mr. Carter, we're thinking Lil Wayne. So I haven't really done the Google search because I think it's just going to pull up, Lil Wayne stuff. But anyway, the song is called Sifapano. It's hip hop. And it's been good. So let me just play you the song, guys.
Sifabano, imoni murena, tutu yari bitaka hikusitwe. Sifabano, imoni murena, tutu yari bitaka hikusitwe.
Kubuhlungu ubheka ikasi lakho, ubunzima basekasi lakho, ukukhala kwasekasi lakho, ukuhleka kwasekasi lakho. Kaze siphilela nasiphumelela isikhephana. Every day uvuke ekuseni nginasathu mara why. Asigelezanga asisibani sigcwale khona sibukilanga sibali livela shona nalo daily maybe ukuthi umuntu akanafrustani indlala idala amaplan uthothi imali negane kini pho esidila ngamakhanta isiphaza namashop ukuze sikwazi ukugcwala isikhwama iphumile imishini amajingo sagcwala isiganga so prayer on top phakathi kwejazi kusina umgaga ngithi ZJ ejasi lami ngikhulisile ngithi ZJ ekasi lami ngibonisile sofana ngizobatshela ngizoba proud and loud ukuthi ikasi lamakasi liya above the clouds
Sifabano, imboni murena, tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe. Sifabano, imboni murena, tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe.
Joko ya hao ebo bebe enkhatolo la pelo. Heaven knows all my sins, Lord blame the blame. Isibisi bodile HIV ituba pelo. Ke upilo bale filosi tulos asifo. Body come back home, your soul is home. Rama said apu loco, this is how we come. In the zone when I phone, I pray alone. I can't wait to testify. Strikes, cops are shaking, young blood penetrating. Life is a mirror. Siponi sadibi kimboni morena. Sifapano samoya kiss ya Judasi. Irekisite Jesus died on the cross, but we caught up in the rapture of culture and nature. So good for the nation. The rato kibontle bella fonte every Sunday. Uchi sampe who knows God hate ugly arts. We cocaine, we battle our faith. Forgiveness is power. Lord, in my hour, make sure when you pray, you call your name for your game. When His name, God will rephrase all your pain and shame.
Sifabano, imboni murena, tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe.
Pray for you customers, push us up your custom.
Sifabano, imboni murena, tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe.
Change the outcome and never
We used to be called thugs in the hood. I'm far from there, now I rap and I'm good. Some say bring Christ in the hood. I can't lie, I was made by the hood, so I rap like I should.
Sin glory, hallelujah, di really to see it. I never said thank you, impa unto seat. Bona ki pulu seat, kamo sale mo how. Ki fente di tau, butwana le Daniele. Unarata mudimu, ale tlohwe tata. Asa tabe matata, mudimu ole rato. He never made mistakes, you can't see his face. No matter how hard you pray, you never find his key.
Committed, kimboni murena. Committed, kimboni murena. Committed, kimboni murena. Committed, kimboni murena. Sifabano, imboni murena. Tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe. Sifabano, imboni murena. Tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe. Sifabano, imboni murena. Tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe. Sifabano, imboni murena. Tutuyari bitaka hitu sitwe.
Awesome. So that was Mr. Carter. I mean, if you see this, then holler at your boy. But anyway, guys, yeah. So this is Breakfast with myself, Lyric Banele, and it's gonna be a 2-hour show, I'm thinking. And if anyone out there is listening or watching and you would like to be part of the show, like hit me up, banele at blinko.co.za, and it should be an epic one. So I stepped outside before starting the show, and man, it's cold outside, guys. It's really cold. So right now I'm looking at the temperatures, and in Gauteng, Soweto, where I am, it's currently 5 degrees Celsius, and it's predicted that it's going to be the coldest week this year, right? So if you thought the past couple of weeks, in fact, there was 1 week where it was really cold. If you thought that was cold, then brace yourselves, because the next coming week is going to be cold. So right now the temperature is 5 degrees Celsius, and luckily, where I am, we've got electricity. I've got a heater. I'm feeling warm. So hopefully you are warm yourself wherever you are, and make that cup of coffee. If you can, make soup. Because right now I'm thinking of, what is it, that cup of soup where you can just boil water and enjoy soup. So anyway, there's a lot that I want to talk to you to you guys about. There's topics about food security, the fact that there's been a lot of lootings taking place, especially in KZN and Gauteng. So there's that question of food security, and also I prepared a video that I want you guys to see about the state of poverty in some other countries, because it's true that most of us are unemployed. We don't have jobs. We're in a state of lack, right? Is it okay for us to compare ourselves to other countries? I don't know. Let me know. Because sometimes, people are like, up until you hear the next person's story, that's when you realize that you are privileged and you are blessed. But that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. A lot of people might misunderstand me or misquote me and think that what I'm basically saying is people shouldn't be looting because we are better than other countries. That's not what I'm saying. In fact, I'm not here to say, look, we should be looting or we should not be looting. That's not my place to say. But at the end of the day, I mean, I do understand why some people loot, But anyway, so I'll be talking about that. And I remember talking to a friend of mine where we were talking about having 1 meal a day, centered around food security, and can we do that? And there's different kinds of looting. I mean, people are also saying on social media that it's true that the youth was, or they probably still are, looting in malls. But the first loot, or the first big loot, began when the 500 billion for vaccines, is it 500 billion or million, somewhere there, because that's the first big loot that transpired on the soil of South Africa. So yeah, the time right now is 9:26, and yeah, there's just so much to talk about. We'll also talk about the coronavirus numbers, how many people are infected with the virus, the recovery rate, and so on. And then I was browsing social media, I think, was it this morning or yesterday, and I saw that there's, people that, well, not people, but young girls that are saying, hey, free Zuma, and I think I'll play that for you, and, we'll talk about it. We'll see what happens. And then we'll also talk about schools and clinics, because when people loot, they tend to destroy infrastructure as well. And I've got something that I need to get off my chest, which is a little rant, but we'll also get into that. So we'll then talk about Celebville, what's happening in celebrity world. And then, yeah, we'll hopefully, I don't know if the show will be 2 hours, because this is the first show and I'm doing it alone, but that's the content that I've prepared. Right, so starting with the first thing, depending on the government, right? Here's what I feel with regards to depending on the government. When it comes to water and electricity, it's true that most of us are on the grid because we don't have our own supply. So if Eskom or City Power, which draws power from Eskom, if something goes wrong, most of us are in trouble. Now, I was fortunate because I bought a generator, but it needs maintenance. I have to buy petrol, I have to buy oil in order to get that sucker running, right? But I know that this generator that I have, it's just for emergency purposes. Like right now, I'm doing this live stream, and if something were to happen, then I can fire up the generator just to make sure that I've got power for the live stream. But I think as soon as I'm done live streaming, I'd have to shut it down because, number one, it makes a lot of noise. And where I'm situated, it's not like, my neighbors are, far off. They just literally here next door. And also myself, I can't really bear the noise. So that's the first reason. And the second one is that it also emits a lot of carbon monoxide, which is a dangerous gas. So even though I might not be inhaling it, but it still is a dangerous gas. So when it comes to depending on the government, most of us, we are on the grid. And there's been talks about, people getting off the radar and creating their own means of survival. So I've got a friend of mine that visited me the other day, and She recently bought a stand somewhere in the Orange Farm region, and right now they don't have any electricity, neither do they have any plumbing or a sewage system, right? And so what they're doing is that they're digging holes, so that's what they use for, for them to relieve themselves. And there's a truck that comes through, I think, once a week, where they can then take the waste, right? They get to take the waste. So that part is covered. And I think they've got running water. So, yeah, that's good. But when it comes to electricity, she said she invested like 20,000 Rand, somewhere there, on a solar power system, right? So they got like solar, they've got batteries, and for most of their needs, the solar system, that power system covers everything from powering the fridge, powering the TV, but obviously not cooking. So they're making use of a gas stove to do that, right? So they are independent. They're not relying on government for them to receive power, right? I don't know how durable this thing is, but I think she's one person that I can reliably take her opinion if she says that it is good. And I don't know how long they've been running it, which is worth finding out. But they are independent. So it then brings me to the next topic when it comes to food security, guys. Now that there's looting taking place, and I'm not particularly too worried, but I'm thinking about it. I am thinking about it. In the event that there is an actual civil unrest, because right now it looks like, yeah, in the name of our former president, people are looting, people are destroying infrastructure. But imagine if there was a actual civil unrest in SA which affected the supply chain when it comes to food. What do you think will happen? That's my question. What do you think will happen if there is an actual civil unrest? Because yesterday I went to a local shop and it was closed, but luckily for me, I know the owner, so I got to get like bread and a couple other things that I needed. But I'm thinking, what if it is a complete shutdown where there is no food? Because people are blocking roads, and these trucks that deliver food in and out the province, if they can't gain access to the province, then it means we will have a shortage of food, right? So I'm thinking, if that's the case, then when it comes to civil unrest, will we be able to survive when it comes to food, right? And I don't want to lie. Like yesterday, there was that thing where I need to stock up for at least a week, just in case something happens, just in case the looting, the riots do continue. I would need to stock up on food. And I think this is a selfish thing for me to do. But then, when it comes to what is happening in SA, if I can put it in an analogy form, if you are hungry, basically people say that your stomach starts to eat itself up, right? So the country, there's a high level of unemployment, that's true. And because of that, the looting is somewhat a similar thing to your stomach eating itself from within, right? So the country is hungry, the youth are hungry, and they can't take it anymore. So even if some are making use of the whole free Zuma campaign as an excuse to loot, look, that's not my place to say. But I'm thinking, when it comes to food security, how much are we dependent on the system? When it comes to electricity, a friend of mine, she's got a solar system, and she's using that for power, so she's secured. I think if we didn't have electricity for most of the time, I think I would just power my generator, power my laptop, as well as charge my cell phone and laptop. And then once they are fully charged, I'd then be, I would then be frugal when it comes to making use of them. Like, I wouldn't just power my laptop for the sake of powering it. Like, I'd be very, very frugal on how I make use of my battery, right? So when it comes to food, guys, do you think that if we were to actually enter into an actual civil unrest, when it comes to food, do you think we are prepared as individuals? Now, I'm not going to say the government, because the plan is to somewhat be independent from the government. Okay. When it comes to water, when it comes to electricity, and when it comes to food, because I think those are the basic necessities we need to survive. So electricity is another story. I get that. It's another story. For cooking, yes, we could just chop wood, start cooking. It doesn't really matter. But water as well as food, I think those are essential. Those are really, really essentials. And it got me thinking that, you know what, Banele, me, my family, we're all dependent on the system. And if the system fails us, then we are in trouble, right? My grandmother, I think it was a couple of years ago, like 2 years ago, she planted butternuts. Is it? Do I say butternuts? Like, what's the plural? Butternut, right? And from one seed, they grew, because I remember there was about almost 30 or 40 of them. They were this big. They were this big, guys. They were this big, and we ate them. It was good. So, are people planting? Are people planting their own food? That's a question we should be asking. But I think over and above that, do people even have space to plant? Right? So I'm in Gauteng, and Gauteng is a congested province. It's just the way it is. Do people even have the space to plant in Gauteng? Right? Luckily for my grandmother, because there's I think one tenant that's just occupying some of the backroom space, but over and above that, she's got space to plant, and she planted butternuts. That's the only thing I can remember, but I'm sure she can plant other things. And there's also the whole factor or notion that maybe the food might not even grow. Maybe butternut is just an easy vegetable to grow, but other than that, maybe some of these other vegetables are difficult to grow. So I think it's something you should also take into consideration. How much are you dependent on the government? That's number one. When it comes to electricity, water, as well as food. Because if something happened today, would you be able to survive? And remember, I said that I do think that it is a selfish thing, because as a human being, it's about your survival first. Right? Because if I'm growing food and there's a civil unrest outside, and I know that I'm growing food, if my neighbor is hungry, chances are I won't be giving. Because I'll be thinking that if I do share today, what's going to happen tomorrow? And I don't know if this is a human thing or it's a survival thing. I mean, we've seen movies about survival. We've seen movies about an Armageddon, where the one that I'm thinking of right now is, what's this movie by Denzel? The Book of Eli, right? So, yeah, I mean, if this happens, it's gonna be chaos. It's gonna be chaos, because people obviously will be thinking about themselves, and I'm not gonna pretend to be a saint and think that I'm probably gonna share. I'm probably gonna share with my family, the people that matter first. And with this whole looting thing, guys, let me know. I mean, let me see. Are there any comments so far? Yeah, let me know. Let me know. It's kind of lonely here, but anyway, let me know. Are you dependent on the government for food, right? And I mean, by food, I don't mean freebies that they give to you, but are you dependent on the government for food, where you'd have to go to a Pick and Pay? If you don't go to a Pick and Pay, or if the whole system was on its knees as far as the supply chain of food, would you be able to survive, right? Are you dependent on the government for food? Are you dependent on the government for water and electricity? Because I think those are essential. Well, electricity, not so much, but, are you dependent on those? So let me know, guys, in the comments, are you dependent on government for that? And what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a track where, I'm featured on the track, because, I need to take these intervals, these breaks, just to gather my thoughts for the next topic. So I'm gonna play your track. It's a love song that we did some years ago. If you know someone that does music, please send me their track. Like, I'll play it. I'll happily play it. And I also have another Mapiano song because there was a girl that was in studio. Her name is Knox. She's from Zim, and there was just a whole lot of drama on social media. But I don't know. If we do have the time, we'll take a look at what transpired because she was here in studio, and people had a problem with the fact that she said she's from Zim, and she sort of like slanged Bulawayo because she said she's from Bulawayo, right? And people are like, you can't even pronounce your own city. And there's just this whole thing of them, you you have to say where you're from. Like, if I were in another country and I said, oh, I'm from SA, and people here would be like, yeah, but why don't you represent? Why don't you tell them that you're from Soweto, or you're from Dobsonville, etc., And I think, come on, guys, we're better than that. Anyway, so she's got a piano song, and I'll play the song for you. But yeah, so for now, there's a song called, what is it called? Forgot the name because I'm trying to find it right here. But yeah, anyway, it is a love song that we recorded some years ago. So again, if you know, guys, if you know someone that is independent, they've got their own music, I'm planning on making this an exposure platform. If you want to listen to John Legend, you can go to Spotify, you can go to Deezer, you can go to these other platforms. But it's true that local artists can upload their own music, but as far as discoverability is concerned, it is, a cutthroat game, because if I'm on Spotify, I'm listening to major artists. But here on Breakfast with Lyric Banele, we're going to play unsigned artists just so that you guys get to know them, and, they make good music. So the next song is called... I'll just say love song. I'll just say love song. But anyway, let's take a listen, guys.
Ke makopo ke a kopokela ke tlhoka motho ke mamele ke kgatsagane ke tlhoka pelo please baby nketse motho ke a bare borogo ha ile pepe ke solo ponto e reka chompo baby look at my face I'm not a charity case paper I chase I need a woman in my presence to feel my essence just take a chance una le my tshwaro let's fly go away re kope tshegofatso first born tebatso baby don't forget sex before marriage is a sin ha re batle moruti not wa polygamist cause wife is a gift I'll never lay my fist on her like a beast I'm from the west the best man ever seen hello when I start out sweetie love a re swabise batho re nyalane Soweto baby girl ke ghetto yo mama tata I met a woman I met an African woman into being close yo mama tata I met a woman I met an African woman into being close
an African beauty spalling ishimbali yamahlabathi umntwana ongena sitha bamzondayo kungabathakathi black smooth and beautiful retro so colorful umbone makedlula kusindi khande ngishaya phakathi hola baby love wosala nangutlef umthathe phansi mhlamba umdonselela show you a good life make you proud cultural wife angaze ngibona ukukhanya njengelanga likhanyisa ebusuku full moon nge-13 at noon uNkulunkulu wathi thatha sibali mara ngesithenda ngithi inhlanhla makufikele ngekuyibloze ngezembe uzoyijampela ikhamisele ngapha kule ngimilebe ngiyakuthanda ntombazana can you be my future dream ngoba mina ngiyasifela can you be my main theme angazi ngenzeni everything just seem a fairy tale yasemkhukhwini ngamagwinya necream the The truth is mina ngiyazifela indlela zami uyazivula. You complete every aspect impilo kalofa. Live once chance, never like the last time. Mangabe ngikusukele sorry cause you look fine.
And that verse was dope.
I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close. Yo, mama tata, I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close.
Dear girl, you got some style, you run this map, you got the dopest swagger. Pardon me if I'm rolling fast, I'm reaching out to hold your hand, I'm closing the gap, I ain't holding it back. Hustle, push, and I'm holding, I'm ragged. As a matter of fact, I'm boasting of that. It's okay if you slowly react. Yeah, ma, tell me, yes, I really wanna know if you feel what I feel, if you do, is it real? Cause I got a lot on my mind, to really take the time, yes, now to seal up, still keep it real if you will, cause I'm willing to chill. I believe that I will, cause the spirit is kill. Trigger is real, you look so good, did I say that you look so sick in them hills? Okay, you call me names so sweet, you belong in my wall of fame. Some say it's all the same, come now, let me hold you, don't fall in vain. Haters gon' call us insane, we click so quick in the strangest of ways. A different course to the game when we face it in love, yeah, we have more to be paid.
Yo, mama tata, I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close. Yo, mama tata, I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close. Yo, mama tata, I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close. Yo, mama tata, I met a woman, I met an African woman in Jobium close.
All right. Let's take a look at what's happening on social media. So I'm just gonna share my screen, and hopefully you guys should be seeing this. And yeah, should be dope. Right. So I'm on Twitter. Before that, let's just switch, and I am on Twitter. So hopefully you guys can see my Twitter, and you can also see me on the bottom right. So right here, I'm not sure what's going on here, but it looks like these are the goods that, let's just make this a little bit big, and I would need to then feed my audio through to you guys just so that you can hear what's taking place. All right, let's start this from the very beginning. So it looks like, wow, what's this? Is this even alcohol? But anyway, it looks like people have looted. Right. So my question would then be, guys, when you buy groceries, right? You, well, depending how you normally do things, but when you buy groceries, you do not throw everything on the floor, like like I'm seeing right now. Normally, you would just unpack everything properly. So. This is just an uneducated guess, but I think these are the spoils of the looting, because you wouldn't just throw everything on the floor just like this. And I mean, like, they've blocked the way to the rest of the kitchen. So I don't think this is groceries that they bought. Right, that's my opinion. So anyway, let's take a look at what's happening on social media, and I'm on Twitter right now. So I'm just gonna click on where's my search here? Gosh, I'm not used to Twitter on the PC. Right. So when it comes to what's trending right now, obviously you can see that it's looting. Maybe this the size of the screen is a bit too small. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm just going to change the aspect resolution just to make it a tad bigger so that you guys can see what's going on. All right, hopefully this should be a little bit bigger. There we go. Hopefully. All right. So when it comes to trends on Twitter, one that's leading right now is looting, as we are aware what's happening in the country. And there's one about Indians, all right, and then Begikele as well, and then hashtag Santon, as well as Eastern Cape. So I think what's been happening in KZN as well as Gauteng has now bled into the Eastern Cape, because I was talking to someone from the Eastern Cape and she told me that the shops are closed that side, Umtata and somewhere there, right? So it looks like it's happening already. But let's just click on Santon and see what's taking place there. And I like videos, guys. I like videos. So obviously this was the video that we saw was Santon. And let's take a look at this one. So this looks like Alex. Yeah, you see, when it comes to these things, I think I'm just gonna jump to another topic. But before I do that, let's just see other videos, because this was uploaded like what, an hour ago, right? And here's another one here. So let's see. Let's just see what. Guys, come on, come on, come on. Nah, 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 nah. This is someone else's property, guys. No, man. Okay, so judging from this video, looter got looted. All right, the first video that I love, looter got looted. So if a looter gets looted, all right, hey, look, obviously looting is against the law, right? As far as morals and ethics are concerned, we'll talk about that like another time. But as far as what do you call this, looting, it is against the law. So if you're gonna loot a looter, obviously it means you're subjecting yourself to being judged as well according to the law. So if you know that someone is looting, then it means obviously they are guilty. And if you do the same, then you guys might as well share a cell. So I guess when it comes to the people that have been affected, like business owners and so on, I do understand that it could be an emotional experience where, I mean, you've invested years of time, money, and everything is gone just like that, you know. So I do understand if people want to retaliate, it makes sense. But obviously, you know, when it comes to social media, guys, we just don't know what's really happening, because I could be watching a video right now and the title says a looter gets looted, but only to find that maybe that's not the case. I mean, when was it? Just 2 days ago, I think one of the vehicles of Newsroom Africa was attacked. So when it comes to the whole looting thing, people are also burning cars. They're also setting vehicles alight. So yeah. So let's just go back and see what's happening. Oops, sorry about that. But anyway, let's just skip ahead. And the line is calling for peace. Let's listen to the audio. Yeah, guys, the line is calling for peace. Let's call Simba. Simba says, "Let's let's have peace. Let's have peace. Let's have peace, guys. Let's really have peace." But it's hard. Like I do understand. You know, if because yesterday I was doing a live stream and I was talking about the difference between poverty and hunger, which then brings me to the next video I want to play for you. So it's on YouTube. It's on YouTube. It's about what country is this again? Haiti. And with Haiti, they are creating a what do you call this thing? They're creating mud biscuits, right? Remember back in the days when we used to joke? Remember back in the days when we used to play house? Yeah, we used to play house. We used to take mud. We used to create biscuits. We would play as if we're going to school. There's parents. Obviously, the older ones, they're the ones that were the parents, and the parents couldn't sleep with the kids. That was fine. That was fun. But we made these mud biscuits and we would leave them in the sun to dry out, and we pretended to be eating them like they didn't even touch our lips. It was a case of just breaking it and crumbling it down back to soil, and then we would call it a day. But there are people that are actually poor out there. So I'm going to play you a video, and it's just a portion of it. It's just a portion of it. And these are actually mud biscuits, guys. These are actually mud biscuits or mud pancakes or whatever. And they're made from actual soil, dirt, as in dirt that you and I walk on top on. And for some of us that are rebels, we just pee everywhere. And that soil is this here. So they mix the soil, they mix it with vegetable oil and a little bit of sugar, but there's no nutrients whatsoever. So before I talk about my next topic, which is poverty and hunger, well, this is more of an opinion piece, but just have a listen. Let me just make this a little bit bigger for you guys. Okay, talk about us being privileged. But I'm not going to talk for every South African out there. I'm just going to talk about myself as well as, the people that are in my space, people that I'm around with. Obviously, I'm lucky as well as other people, or in fact, compared to what I'm seeing right here, I'd say most South Africans are better than them. It's not we shouldn't actually even be comparing, because some people might say, look, dude, in fact, I've always reprimanded people for saying, like, if I don't finish my food, some of them would say, dude, there's other people starving out there. And I'm like, yeah, it's true. There are people that are starving out there, but it doesn't mean that if I finish my food, there will be less hunger in the world. Maybe they're just talking on the point that we shouldn't be wasting food whilst other people are starving. But I see it differently, that if even if you don't finish your food, or you do finish your food, there'll still be hunger out there. Like it doesn't make the situation any better. Like, I'm appreciative that I've got steak or chicken, but me not finishing it won't solve any world hunger problems, right? Because some of the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, I think poverty is also one of them, to eradicate world poverty. So, yeah, I'm just thinking, let the smart ones solve it. But I think, from my end, I'm thinking that if you've got like food to share, then we just need to come up with like a program of some sort where food is actually channeled to the right people, because we can sign up for food parcels, but most of the time this food doesn't actually go to the individuals that do need it the most, right? So then it then brings me to my next point, that when it comes to hunger and poverty, I think those are two different things, and those that are impoverished are ones that you just saw in the previous video, where, if you're only tuning in right now, I was just showing a video about Haiti, the country, where they're making mud biscuits from actual soil, from dirt, and they mixed it with vegetable oil and a little bit of sugar, and they eat it as food, guys, as food. So, I mean, if you can still afford a KFC or even just a loaf of bread, I mean, that's something. That's something. I'm not saying we should be comparing ourselves, obviously, to other countries. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying that there's a difference between hunger and poverty. So, talking about hunger, I've been hungry. I go hungry now and again, but with the comfort of knowing that in a couple of weeks or days, it's month end, I'll probably be paid, or something is coming, right? So even though we live from hand to mouth, which is the situation for most South Africans, at least we do know that we can get food, or we're going to get money to buy food sometime in the next couple of days. So that's what I believe hunger is. And remember, full disclaimer, this is purely an opinion. I'm not saying this is fact. I'm saying this is an opinion. And I've been hungry. Most people are hungry, but I don't think I'm impoverished, right? Because I've seen how other people live, and it's bad. It's really bad. And I'm talking about South Africans. I'm not even talking outside the country. I've seen how other people live, because, I mean, even the guy that was on the video had to cross an open sewer. So imagine being exposed to all of those bacteria, germs. It just doesn't paint a pretty picture for one's health, and especially consuming mud biscuits. So for me personally, there's poverty, and then there is people that live from hand to mouth, and we do get those Mambara weeks where we don't have money, but at least we're getting something. There's grants, right? So if you've got a child in SA, compared to other countries, you're getting a monthly grant from the government where you can make use of that money to support your child and to do something worthwhile. Other countries don't get that. Recently, we got 350 Rand grants, and I've been hearing rumors that it should have been more than that. It should have been more than that. And people are saying that the looting starts with the bigger guys on top, because they should have, allocated more funds to the unemployed youth and so on. But anyway, that's my opinion when it comes to hunger. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to play a song by Knox. What's the song called? It's called Humanity, and I think the song is relevant right now, especially because we need to come together as people. We definitely need to come together as people. So I was gonna play the song, just the song, but I'm thinking, let me rather play the video so you can see her because she was in studio last week and it was awesome to have her. So I'm just gonna cue the song quickly and enjoy, guys. Enjoy. of sorry guys, my microphone was mute. Whoops. Anyway, so that was Knox, DJ Witty featuring Knox and Wele. The song is called Humanity, and I think that the song is more relevant right now because there's just so much that's happening in the world. So the world is going up in flames, and they're basically saying we as humanity need to come together and do something about it because change starts with us. So right now in SA, we're experiencing looting. That's true. That's what's taking place right now. But there's just a lot that's happening around the world. So up until it happens in your own backyard, that's when you start, being worried about these things. When hunger is approaching, that's when we start getting worried. But, there's people that are hungry out there. There's people that have been hungry out there. And it's crazy because I'm going to take a look at the coronavirus numbers right now. SA coronavirus. Let's just open the website quickly in the meantime. Sorry, 1 second. SA corona. My spelling is off. Corona. Right. So, up until it happens in your own backyard, that's when we start taking heed for some of this stuff. So, let's just quickly share my screen quickly. And let's just talk about the numbers right now. Personally, guys, it's been a while since I looked at this website because there was a time where I got fatigued from, looking at these numbers. And this morning, someone said that in the year 2019, approximately 60,000 people died from TB, right? TB, something that we know TB is there, right? But approximately 60,000 people died. So when it comes to the coronavirus, let's talk about the number of tests that have been conducted. It's around about just shy of 14 million tests that have been conducted. And as far as positive cases, there is 2.2 million people that have been infected or affected or that got the virus itself. And I think perhaps I'm also one of them because there was a time where I felt it right here, my chest, where it was a little bit difficult in breathing, right? And back then there wasn't much knowledge, but what they used to say was if you can hold your breath for more than 10 seconds, then probably your lungs are good. I could hold it for like 10 seconds, but I felt as if something's just not right. And then when it comes to recoveries, there is just shy of 2 million. So when it comes to the number of fatalities, we'll talk about that in a second, but there's about 4.3 million people that have been vaccinated. And I don't know if these are vaccines that have been administered where it's just a single dose, because there's vaccines where they need to dose, people need to be vaccinated twice. So I don't know how they count that. But anyway, let's come back to fatalities. So like I said, that in 2019, 60,000 people died. 60,000 people died from, what do you call this? 60,000 people died from TB. Right, so I'm just trying to have Knox in the background. Hopefully it's not too overshadowing. But anyway, 60,000 people. And I'm looking at these coronavirus deaths. Look, if you've lost a loved one, I have the utmost sympathy because it's not easy, especially right now when someone is hospitalized. Because a friend of mine, his uncle was hospitalized, and the next day I saw like cars, and I just knew that if there's just cars, they're there for the funeral, right? So I'm careful. I'm careful to say that look, people die, so what, But I'm just comparing the numbers that 64,000 people have crossed over because of COVID complicated issues. So, but that's roughly the same number of people with TB. And with TB, there is treatment. People, if they stick to the 6-month treatment plan, then they should be able to knock TB out of the park, right? So yeah, these are the numbers as of today, and we are definitely living in untrying times. It's difficult, guys. It's really, really, really difficult. People have lost their jobs. The future is uncertain. Businesses have lost their business. I mean, business owners have lost their business. So it's even going to get more tougher right now. And I remember telling my brother that it looks like these insurance companies will be tested because for all the businesses that do have insurance, insurance would then have to pay up. But I do believe that, in fact, I've always known that insurance is a business based on probabilities. So taking into account a funeral parlor or a policy, obviously they're not betting on everyone dying run about the same time, right? So with that being said, they don't have the money to pay everyone if everyone died, or if most of their policyholders had someone die in their family and they requested that money should be paid out. I don't think most of these guys have that money to pay. All right, so I think even with these insurance companies, I'm interested to see if they'll be paying for those 65-inch, 70-inch OLED Q dot Samsung LED TVs, quantum dot, because I lay by the TV for my girlfriend. When was it? Last month, and it's a 50-inch, cost about 8,000 rands. It's nothing fancy. It is a smart TV though, but it's nothing fancy like the QLED, the quantum dots, from Samsung and LG. But anyway, that's that. So these are the numbers as it stands right now. So let's go back to Twitter and see what's happening under the hashtag Santin. And the president did speak yesterday. They are deploying the military, and it looks like the guys will be making use of, force. And according to what I'm seeing right now, it looks like, the police are backing down, and, guys are really throwing these rocks. And okay, so I don't want to get copyright infringement. Let's move on. It looks like the Eastern Cape is also starting to loot. Let's go to videos. Yeah, so I don't want to show stuff that has copyright infringement because I might be in trouble because of that. Let's take a look at looting. Let's see what's the latest that's happening right there. Right, so here's a tweet by Kenneth. He says, no looting in Soshanguve because this is where we walk to buy food to feed our hungry stomach. Shut down, hashtag shut down Gauteng. So this is how it should be, guys. This is really how it should be. I think there's other ways in which we can, put our necks on the government other than looting. So big ups to you guys. Chablani Mall was hit hard yesterday. It was really, really hit hard. And when it comes to social distancing, obviously that... Oh my goodness. Guys, I'm here to promote my music. We should probably look up your music, bro. All right, let's see what else is here. Even kids. Sure. For those that can run, they can run. For those that have been caught, they've been caught. And I think, this comes back to the whole fact that our justice system will be tested. Oh my goodness, a child. And, this kid is even talking back. Book gone. He's not getting arrested. There's no way. Like, give me a window. Okay, first of all, look at this kid. He's gonna talk back. All right, he's gonna talk back. Yegelalo, like let him go. And then it's like, yeah, suga. And then the guy's trying to open the van, and he lets go for a second, and then boom, gone. Like there's no way you're catching me. Ain't no way you're catching me right there. Shame, man. So the lady is then being put in front. So there's obviously stock inside the van, and they can't be putting people in. Oh, there she goes. She runs. There she goes. Oh my goodness, this is so funny. This is so funny. Just gonna play that again. So first, it's the kid, right? It's the kid. Let him go. He talks back, and the guy that they've grabbed. He sees a window of opportunity, and he's like, "I'm gonna dash." Dash. There we go. Boom, gone. See, go in front. Go in front. So the one police officer holds the gun. This one comes back. She looks left and right, and boom, she dashes. She dashes. She dashes. I'm sure she can outrun Bolt at this moment. And guys, mind you, this is Deep Kloof Square, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm laughing right now, but it's not funny. It's really not funny. There's, so they stole oh my goodness, guys, they stole a bike. Sorry, I'm not laughing. Oh my goodness. Guys. And people still pose. Like, where do I even begin with this? But people still pose. People still pose for pictures. People take selfies whilst looting, and people are still, they'll pose for an interview, with like goods in hand. So let's hear what she says. She's dressed in her gown. She's dressed in her gown. So she heard that, people are looting, and she's like, "Yay, I'm there. I'm there. Shasha, Pinky, Shasha." It's like, I'm not even gonna dress up. I'm just gonna go. And yeah, she got like 6 bottles of tomato sauce and a couple of canned food right there. But yeah, well, what she's saying, COVID. It's because of COVID. It's my best. Oh my god, look. Guys, look. I'm probably going to hell. Guys, I'm probably going to hell. Why am I laughing? Because is this a video? I want videos. I want videos. So I'm gonna click on videos. Yeah. Anyway, let me not lose track. Let me not lose track. So next, the next couple of things I want to talk to you guys about is where is it? Schools and clinics, right? So this reminds me because I'm seeing fire here. So I've seen that whenever we are unhappy as a nation, some of us, choose to burn schools, we choose to burn clinics. So I'm going to try and address something that we probably don't even think about, which is the fact that, like right now, the individuals that we are trying to riot or create havoc for, those individuals don't go to the same clinics that you and I do. So right now, most people are saying that it is because of the former president that they are creating chaos or a riot, right? However, if Tutuzane or any of Zuma's grandkids are sick, they don't go to the same clinics that you burn. That's a fact. If they do, then let me know. Let me know. Let me look at the comments. If they do, then please let me know. Because I don't think they go to the same clinic as you. They don't. Obviously, they don't. And they don't go to the same schools that we burn, right? We burn a school here. Tutuzana didn't go to Tembale or whatever primary, right here in the location. They don't go there. And I'm thinking right now, as and when this is happening, people are looting, people are burning infrastructure. I'm sure they're seated somewhere, comfortable. That's what I know. They're comfortable. They've got food. They've got food for days. Even if what I spoke about in the beginning about food security, that even if there's a shutdown, they've got land. They've got space to cultivate poultry, chicken. They've got space for cattle. They've got space to plant for vegetation, right? We don't have that, right? But if something does go wrong, then the whole nation should be behind them. I'm not going to do that. Sorry, guys. I'm not going to do that. I think the law, because if I'm arrested for whatever it is that I did, I don't think, people will be up in arms for me, But I'd rather stand behind someone that did something for me. So I guess for all the supporters out there, if you know that you'll be behind Zuma all the way, then 100%, it's your call, It's your call, but I'm not. I'm not. Like if someone did something and the law says, look, this is your fate, then sorry, that's their fate. If you feel like the law is wrong, then I think there's other ways of tackling this whole thing. That's my opinion. There's other ways without destroying infrastructure, without destroying jobs for other people. Look, people that loot, look, guys, yeah, you did it, or you're probably still doing it. That's fine, I suppose. But just know that there's other individuals that have already lost their jobs. They don't have something to eat month end or money to buy something. That's if we'll be able to buy stuff, right? So if he did it, then the law has taken its course. The law has taken its course, and if they saw that it's fit for him to be arrested, then sure, that happened. But one thing I do know is that if I'm arrested, I don't think any of these guys are coming for me. So why should I be supporting them? Because when days are good, if we're talking about the Guptas, the family, I mean, they ate money without me. So there's no way I'm going to be rioting and catching a rubber bullet for someone. I ain't doing that. Not me, bro. Hell no. Definitely not. So if you feel like you want to do it, then by all means do it. But it's no longer about Zuma right now, especially when it comes to the riots. People are just seeing an opportunity for them to grab stuff. Just like the lady said on Twitter that people are just taking, so they're also taking, right? And she said, this is my first. In other words, she wants to go back. She's probably still not going to dress up. She's going to go back in a gown. But anyway, that's that. But I'm just saying that the guys, or initially when this whole thing started, that they said that they are protesting because of they want Zuma to be freed. Look, guys, for me, these people, right, and I'm talking about Zuma, the followers and the fans, I get that, guys. I mean, do as you please. It's a free country, freedom of speech. But I'm just saying personally, I didn't see a cent from the monies that were taken from, the whole Gupta thing. I didn't see a cent. So there's no way I'm going to stand up and say, yeah, free the guy. I'm just going to say, let the law take its course, because I don't know if it did it or not. Let the law take its course. There's a number of individuals that have been arrested for wrong imprisonment, that have been imprisoned because of, how do I say this? But they're in jail because it's false. Like whatever it is that they jailed for is not true, right? So I don't see people going up in arms for wrongful arrest or wrongful imprisonment. People are not doing that. So I think let the law take its place. And right now we're at a time where the justice system of South Africa is being tested, because if Zuma does go free, then it means that we are a spineless jellyfish of a country. We don't have a spine. We don't uphold the law. And if he does stay in prison, there will also be, these riots, because I think they'll continue and people will just keep on burning infrastructure. And then what happens the next day? We don't have malls to go to. We don't have jobs. We cannot support our families for the ones that do work. As far as unemployment is concerned, look, it's been an ongoing thing. It's been an ongoing thing, and maybe government at this time will, take a serious look at creating jobs. But there's also the issue of upskilling, because jobs are no longer the same, right? Jobs are no longer the same, and the fact that we've also looted small businesses, then I guess these people won't be hiring anytime soon. So these are jobs that have been lost. And for all the investors that are outside the country that are pumping in a lot of money, most of them will probably be taking their money with them, and they're exiting the country for good, which then also means loss of jobs. Mug and Bean is gone, guys. Mug and Bean packed up, they left. It's gone. So people have lost their jobs as a result of an unstable economy. So I saw a video online. Let me see if I can find it. But then the video is, these young girls, they've got a hashtag free Zuma. They look good. They really look good. The makeup is on point, hair is on point. They're probably eating blow steak and so on. Like, everything is good for them. Everything is good for them. And most of us, in fact, if not the entire country, is impoverished. So I'm just trying to find the video so that I can play it for you. There we go, found it. I think I just found a picture, but let's see if I can see the video. Oh, come on. I need the video. I need the video. But I'll find it, guys. So and I mean, this is an article according to Daily Motion. So let me just switch so that you can see my screen quickly. So this is an article, by Daily Mirror. Pardon me. So what they're saying here, that are these Zuma's kids thanking SA for supporting their dad? So they've got a campaign, Free Jacob Zuma. And I mean, look, guys, the hair is good, the clothes are good, the beds that they sleep on, like everything is good. So if if besides the looting, right? If there is a campaign to free Zuma and they are protesting, then I think they should also be in the front line to take a couple of rubber bullets. You know, I mean, they look good. I'll probably be like, hey, babes, sorry you got shot, but, you're fighting for your dad. It's a good cause, to take a bullet. It's a good cause. Let's just see some of the comments here. They are saying Zuma is their father. So, they are chilling at home and enjoying their father's house built by looted states funds and made the poor even worse off. No tear gas or rubber bullets there. That's exactly what I'm saying. They've got comfortable food. They've got, things are good. Things are good. Like, let's just take a look at the picture again. It looks like expensive hair. It really looks like expensive hair. But I saw the video on social media. But let's just read other comments. Other people's children are in the streets. Exactly. Someone once said something really profound, and I think I need to go full screen for this. And guys, record this. Record this. I'll try and think about it quickly. But they said that when it's time of war, when it's war, right, and we're talking about our leaders, it's other parents' children that are on the street. When it's time for war, it's other parents' children, it's other people's children that are on the street. But when it's tender time to make tenders, it's their children up front. Okay, let me try and rephrase that. When times are bad, when it's war, other people's children are in the front line. But if it's time to gain, if it's time to harvest a tender or deals or whatever, it's their children first. Think about that. I'm going to say it again. When it's time for war, maglewa, when things are bad, when there's a riot, when there's protest, when there's even civil unrest, it's other people's children in the front line. They're the ones that are taking these bullets, right? Whilst they're sitting where? Comfortably there, right? But when things are good, when it's time to harvest, do you not think it should be the very same people that are on the front line that should be harvesting? Because that's exactly what happened with the guys that came back from exile. Most of them are not even educated, but because they were there fighting for the struggle, fighting for our freedom, our liberation, because they were in the front line in battle, they're also in the front line right now. That's why most of these ministers cannot even retire. And they are even more, because they've just gone way above the age limit. Because they are above 60, so they should have retired a long time ago. But anyway, they fought in the struggle, so they are also here in the front line. It's okay. Now, here's what I'm saying. When it comes to war, if it's war, it's other people's children that come first. They're the ones that take the bullets. But once everything has settled down and now people are talking deals, people are talking money, it's their children first. Think about that. So here's what I'm saying. I'm not going to fight. If he's arrested, he's arrested. That's my personal opinion. Let the law, they should take it up with the law. I'm not saying he's wrong. I'm not saying he's right. In fact, I don't even care. But if he's wrong, he should be incarcerated. He should be given the same treatment as everyone else. Because when things are good, obviously I'm not getting a tender. I'm not getting a deal. So why should I fight? No, hell no. And it's not even about him being wrongfully imprisoned. It's not about that. It's not about that. I'm looking at a time where we can, benefit all of us as a country. So let me switch back to this, right? So other people's children are in the streets, but obviously these ones are not. These ones are not, because the video that I saw online was so funny because they're like, yay, free Zuma, Amandla, wait, and they couldn't even lift up their hands. On the streets, it's rough. You don't just, lift your hand halfway. If you're in it, you're in it. If you're taking bullets, you're taking bullets. If you're getting arrested, you're getting arrested. Let them also go to the streets, participate in the protest. Hopefully, it's a peaceful one for them. And if they get arrested, let them get arrested. Because I ain't getting my ass arrested for another person that doesn't look out for me. That's not what I'm doing. So the stupidity of some people being used like that. Yeah, guys, it's rough. It's rough. How many more? How many more to post videos? Let me count. 20 plus with the youngest 3-year-old born on Zuma's 76th birthday. Tell me again, the old, frail, ill prisoner grandfather narrative. Hey guys, me, I ain't fighting for no person right here. So, talking about Zuma's children, at last count, former President Jacob Zuma said to have 23 confirmed children. So he's got 23 confirmed children, right? There's obviously Wotutu Sani and so on. Look, guys, you guys should go there. You should be the ones in front. You should be the ones in front. Like, I ain't taking no bullet or getting my ass arrested. I ain't doing that. So obviously I can't find the video. I can't find the video. So yeah, can't find the video. But I guess, you know what, look, I think it qualifies because their struggle is, or what they thought is, you know, appropriate is to, hey, let's just get a graphic designer, design something, and we'll shoot a video, post it on social media, and that should be enough. Yay, free Jacob Zuma. Like, that's them. That's them. There's a Tupac interview I was watching, which totally makes sense with regards to what's happening right now in the country, as well as other countries. He said that if you're passing by, you're walking down a street and you're hungry, right? And you look to the right, you see that people are having a party, but they are inside the house. Because of your hunger, you don't have any pride. You lower yourself and you walk up to their front door, you knock. Hey guys, I need some food, but people are not answering. You knock again. They not answering. You peep through the window. You could tell that, wow, these people are having a meal. It's a buffet. Walk back to the front door. You knock again. Still no response. You walk back. You knock at the window, and the second time you look at the window, these people are having a food fight, but you're hungry at that point in time. You're hungry at that point in time. So you walk back again at the door. Obviously, your knock will not be the same as the first one, because the first one was, that's the first knock, right? But after that, it's no longer the same, because now people are having a food fight and you left your family. People are starving at home. You're starving. You're going out to try and find food and people are having a food fight. So what do? You increase the rate of your knock. People are still not opening. And then Tupac said people are looking down on hip-hop music, because hip-hop music is like, I'm coming through, I'm picking the low and I'm blasting through, because people are tired of knocking and they're not getting any heed, you know. So they would rather just break the door. They would rather break the door, and for them it came across as gangster music, where it's like, I'm gonna take it. I'm gonna come through with a Glock 9. I come through and I pop mine, blasting through the front door. Everybody on the floor. I'm taking everything that I need because I'm in hunger. I'm in hunger. There's no way for me to ask, please, no. You know. So this is essentially the same thing, because people are tired out there. So I don't think the riots are because, or the looting is because of Jacob Zuma. I just think people are tired as a nation. And if an opportunity presents itself where you can, without paying money, get like a 65-inch, people will take it. I'm not saying it's wrong. I'm not saying it's right, but I do understand people are hungry, you know. And for the kids, like supporting their dad, I would do the same. If it's my dad, I would do the same, you know, because I'm eating his spoils. Whatever money he came with, I'm eating it. I'm enjoying it. I'd also support him. But because I didn't, I'm just going to remain impartial. If he's wrong, then let him be arrested. If he's right, then he'll be released. But for the mere fact that infrastructure has been destroyed, just know that jobs have been lost in the process. Right, guys, so we've got 15 minutes left. I didn't think I'd be able to do a 2-hour show, one man, but it looks like strolling along just fine. Just fine. The temperature right now where I am is 6 degrees Celsius. It is cold, guys. It is cold. Make sure you dress up. Yeah, make sure you dress up. It is 6 degrees. So let's see the full forecast, and hopefully I can give forecast for other places. So in Johannesburg right now, it is 6 degrees Celsius, and there is a chance of no. Actually, there's no chance. Just 1% chance that it will rain. As far as humidity is concerned, it's 55%. But I've been watching a lot of YouTube lately, and there's a difference between humidity, relative humidity, and dew point. So we should rather be looking at the dew point. Okay, so what else is there? Sorry guys, I couldn't show you the video, but maybe tomorrow I will show you the video. All right, so the last 15 minutes, let's go to Celebville, and I'm gonna head over to, what's this website again? Zar Labs, and see if there's anything interesting that's happening there. All right, so let's go back to my screen right here. Okay, so when it comes to Zar Labs, Skim Sam Cast, remember Sis Oma, I don't watch that. That's okay. But I'm thinking of getting someone that is clued up when it comes to local soapies, so that we can talk more about that. Oh, sorry guys, my bad. I know I'm going to hell for this. So Skim Sam Sis Omer has passed on, right? So let's see what they're saying here. My bad. Hopefully it's not COVID, but it doesn't matter because it's like she won't come back. So South Africa's, let me just increase the font so that you can see. So South Africa's favorite soapy, Skim Sam, has announced that the actress that plays Sis Omer on the show has passed on. So she was 58 years old, and she crossed on the 12th of July. So it is not clear what happened to the actress. And then I think down here people are pouring in their condolences. Sorry about that, Ma, and I pray that your family finds comfort during this time. It's bad, guys. It's bad because we're hearing about people passing on, like it's really bad. It's really bad. Okay, let's see. Game Poti makes a comeback. It's been 2 years since fired by the Fergusons. I wonder what she did for her to be fired. So Keke Mputi has suffered greatly at the hands of the Fergusons, leading to her to go MIA for the last 2 years. Sorry guys, my reading is off. The actress took to social media to announce her return to the small screens and is excited about it. You see, this is the problem. I mean, I like the Fergusons because they are making major moves. However, I believe there should be other Fergusons out there. And this is exactly what we're doing at Blinko, where right now we're doing shows, but I love film. I love shooting. And in the near future, we're going to be shooting and going up against the Fergusons. If they think we're a small fish, that's good. I'd like for them to think that other production houses are small fish, because they don't see us when we come, they don't see us. So this is the problem. This is definitely the problem where one cannot be a monopoly. I know there are other production houses out there, but I mean, if Keke had a problem with them, she can obviously move on to another production house or possibly even start her own. But if she had a problem with the Fergusons, and if the Fergusons are well connected that they can close doors for her, then that's a huge problem. But I think this is worth reading, that the actress who last spoke about how she suffered greatly at the hands of the Fergusons is set to return on TV. So she shared a snap of her with veteran former actor Isidingo star Lindani Nkosi. She did not reveal the production she is working on, but she has hinted that she would be playing alongside the actor. Dear God, it's all coming together nicely after 2 years of failed attempts. I like your spirit, girl. I like the fact that you can continue hustling even when all odds against you. So it was an emotional, psychological, physical trauma I found myself again, she shared. But this time they never saw me coming. That's what I'm saying. Let people underestimate you. I saw a fight by Floyd Mayweather and another boxer. So Floyd had injured his power punch hand, which I think is his right hand. But he managed to win the fight using just jabs, right? So let them not see you coming, girl. Let them not see you coming. By the way, I've got no beef with the Fergusons or anything. I'm just grateful that, in fact, the couple can build a juggernaut of a production company. If they can do it, we're doing it. We're doing it. Blinko, baby. So they see me coming or shooting with some of the most amazing people that I genuinely love and appreciate. So what I'm saying, guys, is that, look, start your own thing. Start your own thing. You're the boss. The internet is democratized. There's no way they can hold you down. You can shoot, publish on YouTube. TV, as it stands right now, just doesn't have that much power. Right now, I'm broadcasting for like 2 hours. Like, I've got a camera in front of me, right? And I'm broadcasting for like 2 hours on YouTube, on Facebook, soon on TikTok. This is where the eyeballs are. This is where people are. Television, yeah, it still has its place, but radio, television, I think, they're in trouble, especially because they've built these walls around them. And now they need to take down these walls, and it's a problem for them. It's really a problem. Because if I'm doing good right now, by the way, this is the first show, but if I'm doing good and I get approached, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say no. I think what I'll probably say is that, look, I'll still stream to YouTube, but you do have the license or the rights to stream the show onto your platform. Right, let's just take one more. What's happening in Celebville? Guys, I need to get someone. I really need to get someone because I'm really not clued up when it comes to this stuff. So there's a chef that passed on due to COVID. South Africa is burning. Zalebs have a say on the nationwide unrest. Yeah, everyone has an opinion. I've got an opinion. My dog has an opinion. So let's see. Tuso did not mince her words, and she caught some heat for it. Tell us something we don't know. South Africa is burning. The actress tweeted about her heartbreak with all that is currently going on in the country. So this morning, the president declared a state of emergency in KZN and Gauteng following the looting of various malls and businesses in different parts of the country, especially in those two provinces. So South Africa is burning, she tweeted, and she's getting a lot of heat, probably because it's, burn heat. Yeah. Who else is talking? They will come for you too. So someone says, let them come. Are we going to pretend that it won't affect the rest of the country in some way, shape, or form? Let them come. I'll say the very same thing if it was happening in the Western Cape or the Free State or the Eastern Cape. Kuyasha. And it will affect a lot of people. That's true. That's true, girl. That's true. I agree with you. I really, really agree with you. In fact, I've got a challenge, and I think maybe I should post this, and let's see if we can survive on 1 meal per day. Let's see if we can. Because most of us are, we're privileged. Like, I'm privileged. I've got food, I've got money. But let's just try and put ourselves in other people's shoes. Can we survive on 1 meal per day? That's the question. What does Refilo say? Yo, I'm disappointed in you. And I'm disappointed in you. We cancel each other out. Just very opinionated. I like her. I like you too, so I like you. But anyway, I'm not really clued up with celebrities, guys. I like tech, by the way. So such disdain from a president in a country where majority of its people are hungry. Yeah, because we live in our cocooned houses, we don't see what's happening to the rest of SA. We don't see, and the pandemic has really affected most of us. So Bontle says Tuso wasn't lying. South Africa is really burning cool. And then Bonnie says so many corrupt and bitter politicians using the Zuma debacle to as a ruse to create chaos and destruction. Hey, English girl, what is that? Let's see. This is an opportunity for us to learn. Ruse definition. An action intended to deceive someone, a trick. Oh, wow. Wow. Ruse. Okay. Let me redeem myself. So many corrupt and bitter politicians using the Zuma debacle as a ruse, deceit, to create chaos and destruction. Yeah. Anyway, guys, it's this is the country we are in right now. And I think as a youth, if you're listening, if you're watching, then my advice is take the future into your own hands. And when I started the show this morning, I spoke about are we too dependent on the government to provide most of our essential needs, like water, like food, the system, as in going to a Pick and Pay, a ShopRite, and buying food? Do we look at ways to get off the grid as far as electricity is concerned and other things? If not, then we ought to look at that. So if you want to fulfill your dreams, my saying right now is go ahead and do it. I've always wanted to be on radio, but not as passionate as other individuals out there. It's just one of those things that I just wish I could be on radio. And for the longest time, it hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. And someone said that, look, dude, you're already living your dreams. I'm like, really? It's like, yeah, you're already living your dreams. I'm like, oh, wow, snap. I took a thought. I looked at it and I thought, yeah, he's right. He's right. This is not a YFM, right? But this is Blinko, right? This is Blinko. It's Blinko from here, from the heart. I started it. So it didn't start like this, and it's far from being perfect, guys. The studio is far from being perfect, but I managed to get it to a point where I can broadcast on YouTube, Facebook at the same time. I managed to get it to a point where we can shoot shows, we can shoot skits, we can broadcast audio, video at the same time, get some lights, trying to make it look aesthetically beautiful as possible. We got to that stage. So I'm saying, as a youth right now in SA, it is not easy, but if it's coming from the heart, be diligent, be patient, build your dreams step by step, because I know everything when it comes to the technical process for running a production, because I started out shooting on a smartphone, and then I managed to get a camera. Then I managed to get equipment to hook a camera up to a PC. Right now, I'm in the process of buying a new laptop, and I'm happy because this little laptop has managed to keep up the stream so far, and it's been good, but I need a better machine. I bought a mixer from Takealot. I bought, what do you call this thing, for headphones. If I've got more than one person, myself, we can plug in a headphone amplifier so that everyone else can listen in if someone else is calling in. And there's other things to invest in because there's just so much that's needed, right? But I am streaming right now. I am talking to you. I am putting myself out there. So I wanted to create a multimedia company, streaming platform, which is exactly what's happening right now. So the very same way that other businesses are built on top of other businesses, that's exactly what I'm doing. So the future looks like a future where I'll be self-hosting my content and I'll be putting it behind a paywall. Obviously, I'll license other content creators out there, but right now I'm making use of YouTube, I'm making use of Facebook. Let them keep my content safe right now. And then there'll come a time where you'll exclusively find shows on Blinko, you'll exclusively find movies on Blinko, series, drama, whatever, you'll exclusively find it on Blinko, right? And I think the culture is ready because SA is actually paying for content right now. And I remember a couple of years ago, we were at a crossroad between online services and people having credit cards to pay for online activities, because back then it was only credit cards that could make payment. But right now, you open a simple Time Bank account, Capitec account, whatever, you can make payments online. And I think this is also boosted by the fact that there is Uber Eats. In fact, Uber Eats, and all of these services that require an online payment for them to work. So it means that tomorrow, if I said, hey guys, subscribe to Blinko, because we're only charging 15 rands a month for content, exclusive original content, then people are ready. People are ready. They already know how to transact online. So it's not going to be rocket science for them to do that, But I think as a country, we are there. The only thing that I would want us to do as a country is to improve on other factors. Technology, yes, we are there, guys. We are moving. We're under the fourth industrial revolution. Things are changing. We're embracing technology. But I also think there's other factors out there like the economy or how we treat each other as human beings. I think we should also evolve, right? So, yeah, that's my message right now. The time right now is 11 a.m. and I've done my 2 hours, guys. I've done my 2 hours. And I think I'll stream every single day from 9 to 11. Yeah, I think that's what I'll do. And then, guys, let's see if there's any comments or anything. But if you want to join me, if you feel like you want to join me, I can put together a screen. I can put it right here. And, we can have like a live stream, or I can put picture by picture, picture in picture. Yeah. But then it's been epic. So I'm going to play out with one more song. If I can quickly find it. But anyway, guys, just make sure that you give what do you call this thing? Your opinions as to how can I grow the show and so on. So the show is called, not the show, the song. It's called Arrest Drug Dealers. So they're talking about a youth that is confused. They're talking about drugs. So let us try and be vigilant as people. What's killing the nation? What can build the nation? So this song is by Mo Press and Kata as well. So enjoy, guys. This is the song that I'm playing out with, Arrest Drug Dealers.
Fela le foko ke mathata le fase sefapano ke morena ke moni moloki ka setlhompho e fedile ditsotsi di nonne living carefree cocaine le rolela sebe madimabe a kopele madi a jiso ke mollo is the life the way the truth satane le getleng ntwana tsenyane metse dipitsa ka mabitso kilo a bona ka madi are was Peter mama sita tlala pina mrena jiso wa pizza good life is so scarce but I'm better my life be careful of what you say, but never what you eat. Skakuva jabuka and tlohela bona koka moya tswale moya kina tswale le huva chechalova bigger buffer. Who do you think you are? You like a dog e gobolang when the gate is closed. Outlaws suffer justice, take a course.
Babula ya setšhaba
Afeta le fatshe
ka diritibatsi
titifatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
wa fela lefoko ke mathata lefatshe babula ya setšhaba
Afeta le fatshe
ka diritibatsi
titifatse
tuka ditlhase
phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Mapolaya setšhaba
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Baqedisizwa bana-timing babheke le mali Drugs killing nations kwamele siphala zigazi Who are we to judge? Mhlamba siphile kule-gas Sing crap every day, destroying umzansi Somehow kwamele siphile impilo sivale namehlo Senze ngathi asibone isikhiphane iqhezu umlazi Smoke that, get high, ihluphekisa umphakathi Hey sprung, scrap yakho ukhalisa abazali Phile impilo yakho future, let's upgrade his name man And them living last cause they know ubhema ngenkani Selling that pill just to make it real Money coming in, bank teachers rolling no bill Asibafahlakisa, ababhemile sibakhuthazisa Khona ithemba after drugs, thina sibaphakamisa Life going backwards, of walls and walls 40 years with no future cause of this coward Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe You know, time ends, best friends when days go dark I mean, loose ends, who cares, endless of luck Why siphila kaso, sijabulisa obani life engena kusasa engenanhlanhla sigcina siblema nabani Did I teach you to smoke? Sewumcela ishumi le-cloaks Next thing udla i-coke, umntwana ubroke
ramasedi o matsedi o tshwana le naledi I'm sitting in the dark home alone ke phetwa ke pelo ke tla ka ditao metseng di rora bosigo You can't pray outside like we did in the past Is this what really life Lord wants to plan? Maybe it's poverty because they don't care Wherever you are, I know you say Kata wahlanya It's so sad to see a young boy a tuba cocaine How come young blood but destroy a legacy Papalasi every morning It was sakasi After 1, 2, 3 beers What comes next? But every beast has to go out and kill Outlaws suffer justice Take your course Outlaws suffer justice Take your course
Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe Bapolaya setšhaba,
a feta lefatshe
ka diritibatsi
thethefatse
tuka ditlhase
re phela ka makase go dutla le madi
Bua fela lefuku ke mathata lefatshe
All right, guys. Thank you so much. And I'll see you again tomorrow at 9 a.m. I'm doing this daily. Look, I think people will come eventually. And when they do come, that's when we can, have a proper show. But I'm not looking down on humble beginnings. The Bible says, do not despise the day of small beginnings. I think people will join me because they can see that this train is moving. So other than that, it's been epic, guys. Stay blessed, and I'll see you again tomorrow. Remember, blinko.co.za. There is more content. If you head over to YouTube, if you're watching this from Facebook, cool. If you head over to YouTube, you'll see lots and lots of content. So I think I'm going to invite one of the guys just for a segment tomorrow. And I just need to set up like a dual, camera setup, just so that he can sit right opposite me, right? But anyway, it's been epic. Follow me on Twitter at Lyric Banele, Facebook at Lyric Banele, Instagram at Lyric Banele, and it's Blinko Network everywhere, including TikTok. So once we hit 1,000 followers on TikTok, we're going to be streaming there. But I did think that before TikTok, before I reach 1,000, I should start streaming. I should do this on a daily basis. So I'm still building muscle for this. And yeah, so far I've flexed enough. And feels like I've worked for the day. It really does. But it's been epic, guys. Stay blessed. Love you so much. It's Banele, aka Mr. Put a Smile on Your Face, Lyric, you name it. It's been epic, guys. Stay blessed. And I will see you again tomorrow. Cheers.